Rhea Ripley dumps Dominik Mysterio, Seth Rollins' recent movie release update, the WWE called out for making Jey Uso lose the MITB match, Drew McIntyre's loss at Money in the Bank overview, Randy Orton is in huge trouble, the WWE is planning to make major changes, Charlotte Flair's sudden WWE return plans. It's a good thing Wyatt Sicks did not appear at WWE Money in the Bank. The Wyatt Sicks send out a message. Dominik Mysterio spotted with Liv Morgan yet again. Let's dive right in. Seth Rollins' recent movie release update. Seth Rollins began dabbling in Hollywood less than 10 years ago and has a few outside roles under his belt. The 10-time Slammy Award winner was previously revealed for a major project, but that came with lots of rumors and speculations. Now, a potential update has surfaced. The Visionary was revealed to be filming Marvel's Captain America, Brave New World back in mid-2023. Leaked photos from filming led to a buzz as Rollins had not been announced for the movie, and he still has not. The inaugural NXT champion could be seen on set and in character. His attire indicated that he might be a member of the Serpent Society, a faction of supervillains. Furthermore, there had also been rumors of Rollins playing King Cobra, who leads the Serpent Society. There were recent unconfirmed rumors of Marvel dropping the Serpent Society scenes from Captain America 4, perhaps due to reshoots, rewrites. Although unconfirmed, it was noted at the time that the role in the movie wasn't substantial, but it would have been a massive opportunity for WWE's two-time Grand Slam champion. PW Insider points to how the trailer has been released, so now additional sources are reporting on the status of Rollins in Captain America, Brave New World. The teaser trailer for Captain America 4 was revealed on Friday, and word from another entertainment industry source is that the architect may have been cut from the movie during the editing process. The movie went through numerous reshoots and rewrites. Rollins' role was described as that of a supporting character. Captain America, Brave New World, is expected to hit theaters on February 14th, 2025. It was originally scheduled for May 3rd of this year, but the date was pushed due to the previous WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes. If nixed from the movie, it will be interesting to see if Seth Rollins' already shot scenes ever become public. Seth Rollins continues to dominate at the top of WWE. The Raw superstar has been rumored to make his Marvel Cinematic Universe debut in Captain America 4, but that still has not been confirmed. The Visionary recently spoke with Mythical Kitchen's Last Meals show and was asked if he could confirm the role. Rollins would not make it official, but he did give a teaser for the WWE Universe. Nope, can't do that. Can't tell you nothing about that. Smiles. It was a really good experience, and I think it's going to be pretty cool. I think our audience is going to love it. I think their audience is going to love it. So it was a cool crossover to be able to jump into some totally different skin and try a new thing out for me, Seth Rollins said. Seth Rollins also told Comic Book that he wasn't allowed to say much about the potential project, but he did describe it as an incredible experience. He added that he is very, very much looking forward to what is to come. The WWE called out for making Jey Uso lose the MITB match. A WWE legend can't accept the fact that Jey Uso didn't win the Money in the Bank briefcase, and he has made it clear. He called out the company now. At Money in the Bank 2024, going into the match, Jey Uso was one of the favorites to become the new briefcase holder. Unfortunately, it was not to be. The star took it to the next level in the match, but Drew McIntyre was the one to win. McIntyre's win would be in vain as he lost the cash-in opportunity, thanks to interference from CM Punk. His father, WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi, was furious. He spoke about how after 17 years, it was time to give Jey Uso the spot. The legend spoke on his Rikishi Fatu Off the Top podcast, and went on to address the loss. He said that the loss had hit a nerve with him, and he was very upset about it. He said that he didn't think that Jey needed a free pass because of who he was, but that he had earned it over his career. He had done a lot for the company already. The Hall of Famer called out the company over the decision. He also felt that it was the right time to launch Jey Uso into the main event with the briefcase and crown him champion. That kind of hits a nerve with me. I'm not asking or saying to give this kid a free pass because who he is and where he comes from. But, I mean, again, I'm gonna go back to the numbers. The numbers don't lie with Yeet. The merchandise that the Yeet Man has done so much for the company. The Yeet Man, he doesn't have a bad track record. The Yeet Man is not a liability. The Yeet Man shows up to work and does what he does. Rikishi spoke about how Jey Uso had earned his place at the top of WWE after 17 years. Although the star has been in WWE for 14 years, he actually started his career 17 years ago. At that time, he wrestled in WXW and NWA with his brother Jimmy as the Fatu twins. It would take 3 years before they made it to WWE, and once they did, there was no looking back. Drew McIntyre's loss at Money in the Bank overview. A WWE veteran recently stated that despite not being the biggest fan of either Drew McIntyre or CM Punk, their storyline has captivated his attention in recent weeks. The veteran, Dutch Mantel, explained why the booking intrigued him. At WWE Money in the Bank, Drew won the briefcase and also cashed it in on the same night for the World Heavyweight Championship. With Damian Priest and Seth Rollins' match turning into a triple threat, all disqualification criteria were automatically removed. This allowed CM Punk to interfere, costing Drew the title. Speaking on Sportskeeda's Smack Talk, Dutch Mantel commented on how much the Scottish Warriors' plans were getting thwarted by the Second City Saint. The thing with this matchup with McIntyre, I have never seen anything like it before. I mean, the booking of it, him getting screwed over 3 times, whatever it is. And it's a wide open desert out there that they got room to run around in, and which I like. I mean, I am not really big fans of either of these guys, but the booking of it kind of intrigues me. According to recent reports, plans to pit Drew McIntyre against CM Punk in a singles match are already almost finalized for SummerSlam. Dave Meltzer recently reported that the two could face off after months of intense feud at the upcoming PLE, although this was not set in stone at the moment. Right now, it is not 100% as far as CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam, but I was told that it is probable. I was pretty much told that they're pretty confident in it, but they can't go and say 100% because it isn't 100%. It's been the hope, but it's now more than a hope. Now it's a plan. As of now, it remains to be seen whether their rivalry will end at WWE SummerSlam. Randy Orton is in huge trouble. Randy Orton may have met his match with the Bloodline and is now facing a major issue. The Star, who has over the last few months established a feud with the new Bloodline again after his time away from the company, has found himself facing a big challenge that he may need to find new ways to overcome. Since Roman Reigns lost his title to Cody Rhodes and had to step away from wrestling for a while, a new power has taken his place. Solo Sikoa took over the Bloodline, kicking out Jimmy Uso first and Paul Heyman over time, bringing in all new members to the group. He introduced Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu, making a rather formidable group in the company. Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, who have been battling them on and off, have fallen foul of them again. However, Jacob Fatu's introduction in particular may be the kryptonite for Randy Orton. Long, depending on the head offense-based moveset, Orton has already discovered the usual tricks don't work well with Fatu. Last week, after an attack, he needed to be helped out of the ring and to the back. He hit him with a hanging rope DDT, a move that usually finishes off his opponents before the RKO, and he got right back up. The RKO also focuses on offense to the head. The reason these moves don't affect Fatu is that it follows an old wrestling adage. Similar to a large part of the Anoa'i Samoan family, attacks to the head historically don't affect them the same. Headbutts and other such attacks do more harm to the one striking them. Thus, this leaves the Viper in a lot of trouble. While Randy Orton is primarily someone who targets the head of his opponents, he also has more skills as a veteran in his repertoire. Whether that will be enough to stop the sheer savagery of Fatu, though, remains to be seen. At this time, it's not certain when Roman Reigns will return, although it may be soon, and when he does, whether he'll support the new bloodline that's been formed in his absence. The Star was left hurt after the last week's episode of SmackDown. The WWE Universe is waiting to know what's next for the Viper, as Randy Orton has already missed the last 2 editions of WWE SummerSlam and want the Star to make an appearance this year. The WWE is planning to make major changes. There are rumors that WWE could be looking to make a major presentation change on television. The company is currently on the road to WWE SummerSlam 2024 next month in Cleveland, Ohio. The promotion has made some changes to its championships as of late. Last year, the company rebranded SmackDown Women's title to the Women's World Championship and introduced the World Heavyweight Championship. Following WrestleMania XL earlier this year, both brands' tag team titles were also rebranded to WWE and World Tag Team Championships and introduced new designs. According to Zero News, the promotion could be planning on making changes to the presentation of a couple of major titles. Zero News is reporting that the company could be looking to introduce new designs for Cody Rhodes and Bayley's championships. It was added that the promotion may want to go back to traditional designs for the titles, rather than having the logo be as prominent as it is on the current championships. SmackDown star Bayley has recently opened up about her role in the promotion and believes she has another level to get to. Despite being at the top of the company's women's division on SmackDown, Bayley still feels there is room to improve. Speaking to Bill Apter in an exclusive interview with Sportskeeda Wrestling earlier this year, the role model noted that she wanted to keep growing, even though she was at the top of the division. Bayley added that she doesn't think she has reached the top level of women's wrestling and claimed that 2024 was going to define her career. I think this WrestleMania, I've been saying, honestly, this year is going to define my career. I just want to keep growing, you know? I know I'm at the top level of when you think about women's wrestling, especially in WWE, but to be honest, I don't think I'm at that level yet. Tiffany Stratton won the women's Money in the Bank ladder match last weekend and had a confrontation with Bayley this past Friday night on SmackDown. The role model will be defending her WWE Women's Championship against Nia Jax at SummerSlam on August 3rd. The Irresistible Force earned the title shot by winning the Queen of the Ring tournament earlier this year in Saudi Arabia. Charlotte Flair's sudden WWE return plans. While expectations are high for the latest WWE Money in the Bank winner, Tiffany Stratton, a veteran, has posed a question about her future. According to the veteran Bill Apter, if Charlotte Flair decided to return soon, it may cause changes in plans for the young starlet. Flair has been absent from the active scene since her defeat at the hands of Asuka last year. Her injury sustained at that match had kept her from WrestleMania XL as well, much to the fans' disappointment. However, it is quite possible that she may return soon, considering it has been quite a while since her road to recovery started. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's The Wrestling Time Machine show, hosted by Mac Davis, veteran journalist Bill Apter stated that Stratton was a great choice for winning the MITB contract in terms of marketability and potential main event matches against established champions. However, he raised caution to the wind regarding a sudden return by Flair, which could potentially change the entire dynamic of the SmackDown women's division, especially hurting the 26-year-old's prospects. She did because she is nothing wrong with any of the other ladies. I think Chelsea was very close, but in terms of marketing and viable for a match against one of the champions, it's gotta be her. She looked tremendous. She has got that athletic background. My question is, I don't know when this is gonna happen, but the women's division has changed so much. What's gonna happen in your opinion when Charlotte Flair clicks that button and says, "I am ready to come back," said Apter. While Charlotte Flair has been away from the ring for an extended period of time, it hasn't stopped her from keeping her body in peak athletic shape, thanks to regular training. Although there is no official update about the timeline of her WWE return yet, the former champion has been quite regular with her social media updates regarding her recovery. She recently posted another video showing her workout. Fans will have to simply stay tuned to see when the veteran can make her comeback in WWE. It's a good thing Wyatt Sicks did not appear at WWE Money in the Bank. While this year's WWE Money in the Bank was a grand affair, the Wyatt Sicks were conspicuously absent from the premium live event. However, veteran journalist Bill Apter believes this was the best booking decision due to the faction's nature. The Wyatt Sicks are still shrouded in mystery at this point, with their intentions being unclear. However, they have shown an interest in interacting with Chad Gable. This led to speculation about them potentially interfering in the Money in the Bank ladder match, costing Gable his opportunity. However, they did not make any moves at the event. Speaking on Sportskeeda's The Wrestling Time Machine hosted by Mac Davis, Bill Apter said he was glad that the Wyatt Sicks did not interfere in Chad Gable's match. "I am very glad that they did not interfere in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match to cost Chad Gable. I thought when he was hanging there, the lights were going to go off, and then he would be gone. So I am glad that they didn't do that, because I think everybody knows at this point that my feelings with the Wyatt Sicks is that maybe once a year, just to pay tribute to Bray Wyatt. So now that his brother was in with Adam Pearce, and not looking like anything monstrous or anything, maybe they've had a change of heart. They're gonna do something else and not have this whole dark thing go." While many were pleased with how the Wyatt Sicks were portrayed in their first full-fledged WWE appearance, Bill Apter was not quite taken in. Speaking on another episode of The Wrestling Time Machine, the veteran journalist stated, "I am gonna use a 4-letter word here. Yuck. I hated it. I hated it. I really didn't like it at all. I think Braun Strowman was down too. I didn't feel it was enough. I didn't feel like it was a tribute. I just felt like they were trying to continue the story, of course. It should have been a cinematic piece. It shouldn't have been live there. It didn't work for me." The Wyatt Sicks send out a message. The road to WWE SummerSlam will heat up on this week's Raw. The Wyatt Sicks have taunted and teased the Red brand since arriving last month with their backstage massacre. A new cryptic teaser has already been seemingly decoded ahead of tomorrow's show. The WWE universe remains mystified by Uncle Howdy, Abby the Witch, Huskus the Pig Boy, Mercy the Buzzard, and Ramblin' Rabbit. There continues to be speculation on the first match with a member of the Bray Wyatt-inspired stable as we get closer to SummerSlam, and the latest message may offer a clue about what is planned. The Wyatt Sicks took to their official X, FKA Twitter account today and shared a teaser of hope ahead of Raw. A distorted image of what looked like the sheep mask previously worn by Eric Rowan, aka Ramblin' Rabbit. The word hope is laid over the image, and the caption includes 33 numbers. When the caption is run as decimal numbers to text, the output is a very interesting 7-word message. Hope is the last thing ever lost, reads the decimal to text output. Uncle Howdy recently announced that he plans to unleash his family. This comes after an internal brand status update on the Wyatt Sicks, fueling speculation on a big angle during this week's Raw with Jey Uso or Chad Gable, if not both. Rhea Ripley dumps Dominik Mysterio. Dominik Mysterio and Liv Morgan were spotted shaking hands in a non-WWE video shared by a fan on X, formerly Twitter. The video was shot at last night's live event in Monterrey, Mexico. WWE toured Mexico for 2 live events over the weekend. Mysterio was in action on both nights. On Sunday, Dominic and Carlito took on Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee in a tag team match. In the end, the babyfaces picked up a big win over the Judgment Day members. A video is now circulating on X, in which Dominik Mysterio and Liv Morgan can be seen shaking hands. Dominic seemed quite happy with Liv being at ringside for his match, judging by his demeanor. Rhea Ripley is all set to appear on this week's edition of WWE Raw. Mommy is irate, and there's no telling what she has planned for tonight. She made her big return on last week's episode of Raw and chased Liv Morgan away before confronting Dominic in a heated moment. As noted, Liv Morgan has been doing everything she can to get revenge on Rhea Ripley. Since capturing the Women's World title, the Miracle Kid has been attempting to seduce Mommy's Latino heat, Dominik Mysterio. It appears that Morgan has been successful, as the two were seemingly about to kiss in the middle of the ring after teaming together last week. However, they were interrupted by a returning Rhea Ripley. Ripley will open tonight's episode of Raw, and there's a very real possibility that the Eradicator will dump Dominik Mysterio. Dirty Dom hasn't moved away from Liv despite repeated reminders by Damian Priest, and he could ultimately pay the price for his actions on Raw tonight.